is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the business community on Grand Bahama hearing from Honorary Chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Sir Jack Hayward, on the implementation of a value-added tax and how it relates to businesses in Freeport. At the Chamber of Commerce monthly meeting held yesterday, the chairman told members of the business community that this island stands to benefit if it indeed escapes a value-added tax. Charisma Robinson reports.
While they understood the government's reasons for value-added tax implementation, most businesses in Freeport rejected it, with the view that a 15% tax is too high. In fact, they said before anything could happen on this island, there should be greater consultation on the part of the government. But according to Honorary Chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, it appears as if Freeport businesses won't have to worry about this form of taxation at all.
It looks as if the draft white paper does exclude Freeport, which will put us in a tremendously strong position with the rest of the Bahamas.
It may be too early to say for certain, but a VAT-free Freeport may mean big business for this island.
I want to know why the Port Authority is not out advertising this to every island in the Bahamas, hooking up with Moscow Realty, Jamie Sarles, H.D. Christie, and trying to get every company in Nassau to move to Freeport, or at least have a subsidiary company here, because between all these people here, we can work for them with no VAT.
I think it will put us in a tremendous advantage, restaurants and other services having the advantage over the rest of the Bahamas. You're quite right. I think it's a bit early to start advertising, come to Grand Bahama, the Grand Island, the Grander Island, the grandest island.
But the chairman says the government must do away with the recently implemented Customs Tax Code under the 2013 Customs Management Act and its other challenges to ensure a bright future for this island.
We have made a lot of efforts. Sarah and I have written the Prime Minister several times pointing out how disastrous the present legislation is, uncalled for, unannounced until July the 1st. No consultation, just brought it in.
So Jack says the Grand Bahama Port Authority has met with the government on the changes in customs tariffs on behalf of its licensees and has sought clarification on some tax changes, but to no avail. He says while those meetings have been promising, he wants to see in writing that these taxes will be removed.
They obviously had never heard of the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement, let alone read it, and they just barged in saying, oh, they produce so much to the government, let's increase it. I believe that Freeport contributes to the government coffers in Nassau about between $150 and $200 million a year. And of course they thought they could increase it and never thought how they would damage the economy.
So Jack says if the government rules in favor of the licensees, the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement will emerge stronger and people will realize the significance of it. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
Well, in the wake of a stagnant economy and the departure of more businesses from the International Bazaar comes another appeal for the reopening of the main thoroughfare near the major tourist center. Some believe reopening the road will help to rescue that once popular shopping mecca. John Davis Roll has this story.
To open that road back, reopen that road.
With a mass exodus of businesses from the International Bazaar, there is a renewed call for the reopening of a main highway in front of the Royal Oasis, which has been closed for the past 10 years. The road closure came in drift with the former resort owners constructed a man-made beach designed to be a central focus of what was once a thriving tourism mecca. Now, once again, local residents are speaking out.
They need to open up the road because it's depleting the bazaar. The businesses are going down and it's just sitting there. You know, something has to be done.
Do you think that is one of the reasons why the bazaar has dwindled to the point that it has?
Because there's no through road. Even when the tour buses come through, they go around the bazaar. There's nothing to go through. So it has to be opened.
I think they need to reopen the road because, I mean, like the bazaar is just sitting there, is correct, and nobody is in and out of the bazaar. It affecting the tourism industry because I see now a lot of the stores that was open in the bazaar is now closed, and I think it's closing because the tourist bus comes from the harbor, have to go all the way around the bazaar instead of pass through the bazaar to stop the tourists off and let them explore.
But definitely we need opening, because we have, like, you know, it looks deserted. And, you know, we have our tourists coming over, and, you know, we want them to see our beautiful, you know, bazaar.
We have a stall there where, you know, every summertime in school breaks, I used to go up there and attend to the tourists. But since they sell the place in top of the man-made beach, but we have so much beautiful beaches here. You know what I mean? The place went down. Now they have a fish market there, and my mom's stall is being taken away. They destroyed all of the rest of the stall, so we have no livelihood.
Residents say that they're not only calling for the immediate reopening of the portion of road between East and West Sunrise Highway so that traffic could flow once again through the bazaar, but also the return of cultural events and more assistance for aspiring Bahamian entrepreneurs and future investors.
Get the hotels and the bazaar ready again. Do something with the hotels and the bazaar, because I need a job too.
People just forget about it was a marketplace there. So, I mean, we need to, like, everyone need to get together and try to, you know, make this thing happen.
Take that bush away and put the glorious road back there, because we had a famous Junkanoo rockers, superstar rockers used to march down them roads.
And the tourists?
All the tourists love it because they'll come right back together.
Joan Davis Roll, Saturdays Network News.
Well, more airlift headed to Grand Bahama as Delta Airlines has added to its line of daily flight services from Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Our Charisma Robinson tells us what officials are saying about this.
Delta already has existing service to Grand Bahama on Saturdays, and now they have expanded their service to include daily service, which is incremental business to the island. So we're very excited about that because it ushers in the revitalization for Grand Bahama with the other new services on board that will be commencing very soon. This really represents the beginning of what we think is our new era.
The new service is expected to connect those traveling from or through Atlanta to Grand Bahama in 2 hours, as well as direct flights and smooth connections back to the U.S. Ministry of Tourism General Manager Betty Bethel says it's a win-win situation for Grand Bahama and the carrier.
We also have the opportunity to tap into the feeder cities into Atlanta, so business will not only be coming from the main Atlanta area, but from the Carolinas and the other cities that feed into Atlanta. From Sunday through Friday, we will have regional jet service with about 76 seat capacity coming in. And then on Saturdays, we get a larger aircraft, an MD-88 with about 145 passengers. So this increases our numbers significantly that will now arrive by Delta Airlines.
Bethel says the goal is to ensure that seats are filled.
The ministry has been looking to increase service to Grand Bahama for quite a while, so this is certainly one of those initiatives. And as always, of course, a partnership because it has to be mutually beneficial for it to work. But one of the mandates for Grand Bahama has been to increase airlift and then to improve the product here on the island.
For right now, Delta's daily flight services will extend through April, but that could change if high passenger numbers are maintained. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
In news from the crime beat, a stabbing incident at the local fish fry leaves a 32-year-old man in hospital. Now, police tell us that sometime around 1 this morning, officers received information of a disturbance at Smith's Point Fish Fry, and when they arrived, they met a man with stab wounds about the body. The injured man told police that he was involved in an altercation and that a man whom he didn't know stabbed him about the body. He was taken to hospital and is listed in serious but stable condition. Police are asking anyone with any information on this incident to contact them at 350-3107 or 8-911-919 or call your nearest police station. And Magistrate Ancilla Williams remanding a 22-year-old Abaco man to prison after he pled not guilty to causing grievous harm to a toddler. Shaquille Fox of Murphytown, Abaco is expected to remain behind bars until February 27. That's when a trial is scheduled to begin. Fox was arrested after a 1-year-old boy was taken to the Marsh Harbor Clinic on Monday evening, suffering from injuries about the body. Police say the mother was at work at the time and the child was left at home with the mother's boyfriend. The young boy is still detained in hospital in stable condition. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop.